Hello guys, welcome to this Brawl Stars video, and in this video I'm going to show you one of the most overpowered strategies that you might have seen sometimes in your games, and that is the barley, dynamike, and mortis strategy in Temple Ruins in Bounty. But if you've never seen this strategy in action before, you might be thinking, how's this even overpowered? I mean, barley and dynamike aren't even extremely great at bounty. Well, if you look at the map layout, this map is perfect for those two, because basically you have these two walls that protect you that lead right to a choke point in the middle. So all you have to do is just have barley and dynamike camp on both sides, while mortis just stays in the bush hiding, waiting for them to try to come near the choke point. And if they get passed through, mortis just goes right along and assassins them really quick. Now, the gameplay that you're seeing right now is the perfect case scenario. This strategy is absolutely perfect if they have no barley or dynamikes, and to some extent a mortis. Basically, about 50% of the time when you play with the strategy, they're not going to have one of those three characters. And when that happens, it's basically a free win for you, because they can't blow up the walls unless they load up their supers. And usually by the time they are able to load their supers and blow up the wall, it's usually going to be too late and your team's going to be way ahead, and then they're usually not going to be able to come back if you play smart. And in this video, I'm going to show you all the tips that I know of how to make this strategy works flawlessly, and to easily level up your characters really fast when doing this, and you'll usually make your opponents rage very often. First thing you'll want to know, obviously, is what's your opening move. What do you want to do right at the start of the match? First, what you want to do is have mortis as quickly as possible. Right at the start, just tap the screen to start off and go to the middle star as fast as possible. You'll want to use 3 dashes right at the start to go up to the star. 3 to go to the star. And while this is happening, the barley and dynamike are usually just staying back at the spawn, getting into position. Once mortis has the middle star, you'll usually have about 1.5 dashes. So with that, you want to dash back as quickly as possible back to your spawn. You want to avoid getting sniped by a piper. You want to dash back as quickly as possible, because if you get sniped, your team's going to be behind. And when you're behind, this strategy can easily fall apart, because then your team's going to have to try and hunt down to come back, and it's just a mess from there. Just trust me, you don't want to die getting the middle star. And once you've gotten the middle star successfully, you just want to stay right here in this bush as mortis, waiting for somebody to come near you or near your base to come and get them. Now, after you've successfully secured the middle star, you might be wondering, what position should you take and with what characters? Well, it greatly depends on which different characters you're going to be playing against. Basically, the biggest category is any character that isn't barley or dynamite. As you can see, the only two characters that can throw over these walls are barley and dynamike. So those are your two biggest threats for the strategy. If they don't have any of those two characters, you're basically in the clear, and you should win if you play correctly 95% of the time. What you want to do against any if they don't have a barley or a dynamike is, once a mortis gets the middle star, is to just have your mortis waiting in the bushes right next to the choke point, so that if somebody comes near with low health, you can just easily kill them really quickly. Now you want your barley and dynamike to just stay in the corners where the piper and Brox can't just shoot you and load up their super. That's one key thing. You want to keep them from loading their supers that destroy wall as much as possible. You don't want them to destroy the wall. So what you want to do is have your team limit how much time they go in the middle, like across the choke point. Because if they come across the choke point, and the Piper can take aim at you, that's very bad. If they get about 4 hits on you, they can load up their super and just blow up the wall. That's gonna ruin your entire strategy. So you want to tell your teammates to just not go to the middle and just stay on the walls. It's really easy if they don't have a barley or a dynamike. Now, the second category for this strategy is when the opponent does have a barley or a dynamike. Now, it's not as easy to win as when they don't have a barley or dynamike, but it's still manageable if your team knows what they're doing. So usually when they have a thrower character, you want your thrower characters to not just stand near the wall like when they don't have one. So basically you want them to keep moving around to dodge their bullets, while also protecting the choke points and trying to hit their enemy barley. If you just hide in the bush like normal when they don't have a thrower, it's very difficult to just win, because they know that you're just gonna stand there and they're just gonna hide in the side bush and throw all 3 ammo at you, and you're gonna die and they're gonna take the lead really quickly. But even if they do have thrower characters, the same rule applies as if they have a Piper. You don't want to go out in the middle. You usually want to stay towards the side like that barley in the enemy team is at. Basically, you don't want the Piper to snipe you while you're also trying to dodge the thrower like from barley and dynamike and their shots. The last character that you want to keep a lookout for is if they have a Mortis. Now, if they have a Mortis, they can easily sneak by your barley and dynamike shots and get to your base. Now, the Mortis usually isn't a big threat because he can't do too much damage, and the barley can usually just throw at the ground and cause a lot of damage. But the problem is the Mortis usually distracts your base and causes a lot of hectic commotion at your base. So then basically it allows the enemies to come through the middle if you're not paying attention and assist the Mortis while he still distracts you. So usually you want to try and avoid the Mortis distracting you for way too long, or else it might cause your entire team to die and for them to take over the lead. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. As always, I'm going to be uploading Brawl Stars video consistently every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. So if you enjoyed my content, please subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Just in the past week, we've grown from 150 subscribers to 360. So thank you guys. And as always, peace.